Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with some tips on how to run the new UMP modified cars. And really this goes for these cars, this goes for the late models. But I've been hearing a lot of people complain that they can't drive them or they're too difficult. So I I kind of have something I think will help you out. It's kind of like a training session. And so let's just jump right into it. Let's go ahead and make sure that the first tip I've got for you, make sure that your wheel range and your map range are the exact same. And that's what I said in the previous video too. So make sure that those are the exact same number. And I hear some guys they run at 900 and they let iRacing do the adjustment. I I run 283, 282 just because I can't get it to go to exactly 280 or 285, whatever my Logitech driving force is set up for. So this is where it's at, and that works fine for me. The other thing I do is I make sure that my force feedback's low. This still provides feedback, so if I hit the wall or if as I lose traction as it begins to rotate for me, I do feel that in the wheel, but it's little enough that it doesn't hinder how quickly I can counter steer and make my steering input adjustments. So that's why I have that low. Okay. Um, and then from there, you just want to make sure that graphics, you just want to make sure here that your field of view is close to what it should be. This is actually a little bit larger. I should probably be right around 55. I've got a 24-inch screen and I'm sitting probably 20 inches from it. So I should probably be more around 55, 56, something like that. But I put it at this number so that I can see more of the front of my nose of my car. The other thing is, again, this is all rehashed from my previous video, is you can use Control F12 and that opens this camera group. Okay, so I'm just going to go back here. I'm trying to keep this video short, and I'm going to jump into my cockpit. Using this is Control F12 to open this camera editing software. And basically what you can do, this is essentially moving your seat. So you can move your seat to wherever you want it, backwards, forwards with this one, left and right with this one, up and down with the Z. And then this one is basically moving your head. So I can move my head to the left, I can move to the right. As you can see, I have mine one click to the right. That just helps me see 90% of the time. I'm worried about cars over here on my right hand side, whether I'm being passed or whether I'm passing. Hopefully I'm not being passed, but I need to see over there. So I don't want to go too far and mess with the angle at which I'm sitting at my seat, but I did just take it one click. That way it lets me see over there, and I have it this way for the late models and for the E-Mods, or the UMP Modifieds. So this one goes up and down, and then this is your roll angle. I noticed that with these cars, it looks almost like to the right, it's just always angled downhill, like it's even when it's just sitting there, almost like it's rolled over to the right front. So I just took that roll angle up one click. So it's not much, but it's just something I did, and then I just saved that. So every time I come in, there that is. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you what I think will help some people, because I think the biggest thing, the biggest issues that I see are straight line stability. When the car falls off the bars, it wants to jut to the right, and just hands that aren't quick enough to counter steer. And then once they've counter steered, to get yourself back straight. So actually, what I'm going to do too, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go back into graphics. Maybe it's in graphics. Where is it? Where I can put the hands on. And some of this junk I turned down just to keep the frame rates up. This is an i5 6400 with GTX 970, but still, when there's lots of dust or it's night or something like that, or I've got a bunch of cars, it'll try to dip down around the 90 range, and it's just enough that I can see a difference, and I don't like it, so that's why I've got this down to 15 too. So anyways, I'm getting into other things that don't matter right now. That's not about what this video is for. So let me see here. This is where I want to go to. Not replay. Graphics. Where are the here we go. I keep this off. I don't like seeing it when I'm actually running, but I'm going to put them on here so you can see what the movement looks like as we do this testing session. So I have the linear qualify set in, and I'll load it again just so you can see it. This is just linear qual setup. So load that. Everything else is identical to what the setup is. So let's get into the test session. So the first thing, you can see the steering input. You can see it, you can see my hands, and then here is my steering input and my gas input. So basically what I want you to start off with is just start off by going in a straight line, okay? And then once we get to the backside, I'm going to show you what I want you to test doing, because a lot of people have straight line stability issues. So once you get to the straight here, just mash it, okay? And this, by the way, this track state right now, I've got it around 20%. You might want to even start even just a bit lower, start around 15 or so. But basically, once you get yourself pointed toward the flag stand, toward the center of the straightaway, just mash it, okay? And what you're noticing is a slight turn to the right.
29.293.
Okay, and don't touch the gas again. Okay, so we're gassing this up, and we're gonna hold it until about toward the end of the straight stretch, and then let off. And then I just want you to follow this contour right here between the slick and the grip of the track. And we're gonna do that progressively with more speed. So gun it.
20.462.
Just follow that. Okay. Once you get back to where it's straight, I want you to gun it, and you're gonna have to slightly pull. So you're gonna have to slightly turn right to keep the car straight. And I want you to follow that contour, okay? So try that a few times. Gas it up, about the flag stand, let off,
18.86,
and you're completely off the gas rate, okay? Once you're able to go straight line, because that's number one issue. Once you get your car to be able to go straight line, what I want you to do then is I want you to hold the gas just a bit longer. Don't be overzealous with it. Hold the gas just a bit longer so you carry more speed, and you're going to feel the car rotate and roll up on itself. And then all I want you to do is counter steer it so that it controls the slide and just come out of it under control so that it looks like this. Okay, let off. Follow that. Let the car sort of start to roll on you, and then just stay smooth with it. Okay, I'll do it with a little bit more speed.
21.445.
Counter steer and get it to be smooth. Okay, so there I had the car rotate on me, and I want to counter steer and be able to at the end of it be fairly smooth. Okay, and then do it again. Gas it up. Follow the contour of the track. Let off completely. Touching the gas again. Okay, and I want you just to control that slide. Gas it up again. Let off completely, let the car roll itself, and just try to be smooth. So that when that ends, it's a smooth transition between the slide and between that slide and straightening.
20.8.
So you want it to look smooth like mine was. You don't want it to look like this. When you finish your slide, you don't want it to look like this. Something that's jerking like that. You want it to be smooth and under control. So again, gas it up, straight line, you're going to be slightly to the right. Let
21.715.
Smoothly roll it through so that it's fairly straight, okay? Now, once you can do that with control and with precision, so you get the car to go straight, you can get the car to pitch sideways, and you can get it so that you're back steering without back steering too much. Right? Because the other thing that happens is people do this, and then they get that, okay? So that means you're back steering too much. So that's where you need to just practice this. Gun it up, roll it, and just get a nice, steady, and consistent, and clean, and smooth slide. Once you feel comfortable with that,
20.256.
do this at a slow pace. It takes you a bit. If you're not able to get into a controlled slide without touching the gas, like you've been practicing, like I've been showing, if you can't do that, there's no reason to get to the next phase of this because you're not ready yet. Once you can do what I'm showing here, once you can gas this up, let off, get that thing to pitch on you, and be smooth with it, all you're going to do is re-engage the throttle. Once the car's started to come around and it's started to roll on you, all you do is engage the throttle to keep that attitude and keep that pitch. Keep that yaw, I guess is what technically is. Okay? So, coming out of 2 here, I'll show you what that should be.
22.253.
Done one of the corners. At this point, okay, straight line, going up to the floor, feel it out, let off just like normal, get it to roll, and then just re-engage the throttle slightly, just to keep that pitch. Okay? Try it again.
17.923.
Let it roll, re-engage the throttle to keep that yaw. Okay, and it's getting tight on me a bit because I'm going so low on throttle.
581.
Once you caught it, get back on the gas just slightly to keep that pitch. Okay? So there it is. Do those 3 steps. Do the straight line distance first.
15.552.
Literally just start with the straight line, so your progression will look something like this. Start with the straight line, gun it up, see if you can make it. Okay? And then just try to get around this corner slow. After that, if you can do that, let's go into a slide. So gun it up, hold it a little bit longer, let off completely, get it so it pitches on you, catch it, and be smooth with it. After you've done that, all you have to do is re-engage the throttle. Once you can control the slide, just re-engage the throttle to keep you in that pitch. So then you just go from throttle up, let off,
18.772.
re-engage the throttle to keep the pitch that you need. Before long, you're going to be much more comfortable. You'll be able to put on the high side, put it down on the bottom.
15.323.
The other important thing with these cars is you don't have to manage it. You don't have to be a throttle jockey.
15.056.
The top is not the fastest, by the way, but if you can get through the corners, then you can adjust your line to be able to go down low.
15.073.
Different one. It's the same exact process here. Same thing, it's just a tighter radius, it's just a bit less throttle. So,
14.702.
Use the tips you found here. Hopefully, this is able to get some people better able to drive these cars the end of the week. All right, leave some feedback. Let me know if this helped you. Good luck.